My name's Greg Aston. I'm here to talk about our unified device management offering. So this is a new addition to our portfolio and something we're excited to share with you all. So let's get started. What is UDM? So Unified Device Management is a module that we've added to our Dynamics 365 for digital service providers offering. And this is really focused on customer premise equipment. So getting data and managing devices that are located in the customer home, that's the real focus of this piece. It aims to be device and protocol agnostic. So we're looking to work with any kind of device that's being communicated with through any kind of platform that you might be using. We'll look to integrate to that and display all sorts of data and diagnostics tools within the Dynamics interface based on that. So some of the tools and cool things that will give you in terms of actually dealing with that customer premise equipment gives us the ability to do things like manage firmware and provision service. So with it being Dynamics based, Dynamics holds a lot of that key provisioning data. So your device management platforms will be integrated to that, gathering information about customer services and getting that provisioned. And we can also make those configuration changes in live. I'll do a little demo shortly so you can see how that looks. But that allows things like CSR agents to go in if they've got a customer on the phone and they need to go and look at a device, see the status of it, maybe make some config changes. It's going to enable your CSR agents to do so. They're also going to be able to view a certain amount of real-time monitoring as well. So we're doing a lot of data collection from devices and displaying that within the UI as well. And through the Dynamics platform, we're able to hook into a lot of different systems and pull in data, and that also uses a lot of our orchestration engine capability that you'll see later on during the user conference. So what are the benefits to using this? Well, we've got a number of customers who've been using device management solutions from ETI for a number of years. And we see generally that they're able to make a number of cost savings across their business. So Paladin Wireless, for example, they estimate a 40% fuel reduction from when they put our device management solution in place. They were rolling a lot of trucks to sites, but being able to see everything remotely, understand what's going on with devices makes it a lot easier and allows you to be a lot smarter with how you deploy people going on site, or even dealing with devices that might be upstream, whether you're dealing with OLTs or cell towers. Aggregating all this information that's coming from CPE really gives you that kind of insight so you can act smartly. Also on that firmware upgrade point, so where we can roll out firmwares to different devices. Even in the past week, we've seen some big stories of security holes in certain CPE equipment that is out in the market. And that ability to patch, upgrade, get those security holes closed within CPE equipment is vital. So that's a big part of what we do. And as you can see there with one particular customer, we're able to do a huge number of upgrades very quickly when such a fault was found. The other beauty of the UDM, as you'll see, is that we can bring in devices of all different types within there. So we have customers who have very mixed estates, whether they've got the DSL, fiber, fixed wireless, and we're able to bring this all into a common user interface so that you can train users on a single view and they don't have to be jumping between multiple systems, understanding how those systems work and how to interact with all the different devices, providing a much cleaner and easier process, especially when it comes to onboarding people like new CSR agents, that kind of thing. So how have we got to where we're at? So there's been some key drivers that have pushed our device management offering forward. We did identify the data that was coming from CPE was very important. We see a lot of ISPs have got predictive data about what might be going on with a customer and the experience that they're getting, but nothing beats actually getting that information from CPEs, building up time series data sets where you can go pour through and look for historical trends and get a view of either individual customers or an aggregate of customers to see what's going on. So that was a big push push for us, and that's been pushed into the UDM piece as well. So when you're in UDM and you're looking at a subscriber and looking at their device, you can get a real idea of what their quality of service and quality of experience has been over time, as well as being able to do all of that device management function. So with that in mind, I'm going to very quickly jump to a little demo here. Okay, so here I'm logged into our Dynamics 365 for Digital Service Providers platform, and I'm actually looking at a device that's been under management on this system. So what we're seeing here is when I've loaded up this page, we're doing things like online, offline checks to see the current status of the device, try and get rid of the whole is the green light on conversation with the customer and get straight into diagnosing and trying to resolve faults. And here we're pulling in various bits of data from the device itself, so you can see some general information, what software version it's running, how long it's been up. But I can also make configuration changes in here, so I could go in, change a wireless channel. This side we're seeing the kind of Wi-Fi config within here as well. I can also see the WAN side of this device. We tailor these views based on device capabilities and what a customer will need as well. We have a very powerful templating system behind this that allows us to do a lot of that customization. And we're also able to pull in that historical data that I mentioned as well. So if you get that customer who's phoning up saying, oh, last night I had an issue and that sort of thing, then you can go back, see what's been happening, and look for trends and patterns in that customer service to really get a good view on what's been happening at that particular location. But of course, with this being tied into our Dynamics-based platform, we have all of the other Dynamics functions here as well. So going from a device, I can jump straight to the subscriber for that device, view all of the account information that's in place for that subscriber, as well as using the other Dynamics tools as well. So whether I'm doing any kind of work order scheduling, whether I need to add services for any particular customer or change any details for them. It's all tied together. And again, as I said, that powers the provisioning as well. So where we've got maybe southbound systems to this that are doing the direct communications with devices, they're able to integrate to this platform, pull all of this key information, and get any CPE set up with any key settings that they require. So just one more thing to show within here. So I'd mentioned the device templating. This is a real key point within here. So as we're seeing this proliferation of devices within customer homes, it's important that we can talk to various different platforms to pull that data back into a centralized user interface and user experience. So the templates that we create define what's displayed on screen to a user, which makes that very configurable and very easy for us to customize that for any given deployment. And then that allows the definition of what we're talking to, whether we're taking advantage of the Microsoft IoT Hub, we're integrated to an ACS, or we're using the kind of OSS capabilities and the exciting new stuff that David was showing earlier, and leveraging that to interact with devices. We will really take whatever route that we need to get to any particular CPE and really have all of the management defined within a nice single user interface. So that's all from me for today. I will be looking to set up some future sessions to go through UDM in more depth, so we'll all up to date on what's happening there, and let you know any dates that are coming up for future webinars regarding that product.